Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. Is Fred Okengo Matiangi playing smart, or he is actually being cornered by the united opposition? That is the big question we must ask ourselves, because for a while, Fred Okengo Matiangi has actually been seen to be a lone ranger, because we have always been seeing that the united opposition, mainly Rigathi Gachagua, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, and Natembeya and Martha Karua, they have always been working together. And sometimes they have actually been negotiating. And for example, recently, there is that group or that lineup which leaked up that the united opposition had actually came up with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka going to stop at presidency, and his running mate being Natembeya, and also the person who they hope that he will be given the prime cabinet secretary is Fred Okengo Matiangi. And also, Eugene Wamalwa will be made to be the National Assembly Speaker, and Martha Karua the Speaker of the Senate. And Rigathi Gachagua will be given 50% of the government positions. But as we know, during that negotiation, Fred Okengo Matiangi was actually absent. And many people say that he didn't attend that meeting because he excused himself and said that he was having something to do. And that is why we are actually asking this simple question. Is Fred Okengo Matiangi trying to play smart, or he has been cornered by his fellow leaders within the united opposition? But before we dive in and try to dissect and answer that question, I could request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always make sure to hit the notification bell, because once you hit the notification bell, it means you will always be notified to watch any political content that we upload into YouTube. And for those ones who have always been watching our videos and they have subscribed to this YouTube channel, I say thank you, because you really inspire us to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. Now, let us dive into the conversation. Is Fred Okengo Matiangi really playing smart, or he has been cornered? For me, I think Fred Okengo Matiangi is actually being smart, because if you remember one time, he was actually asked to go back to Gusiland and to come up with a village party or a tribal party or a regional party. But he said he cannot do that. And now he is the deputy party leader of Jubilee, and he has been given an okay to stamp at presidency. And because of that, Jubilee has given Fred Okengo Matiangi a national outlook, because people see Fred Okengo Matiangi as a person who doesn't have what we call tribalism, as a person who means good for this country, unlike his fellow leaders within the united opposition. Because if you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, he has his Wiper party, and Wiper is known to be an Ukambani party. Rigathi Gachagua has DCP, and the DCP is known to be associated from Murima. We also have Martha Karua, also from Mrima. And we also have DAP of Eugene, which is associated from the western part of this country within Atembea. But if you ask Kenyans about Jubilee, they will tell you that Jubilee has a national outlook because it is at the party which had won 2 consecutive terms, which was used by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Samoei Arap Ruto. And therefore, Fred Okengo Matiangi is actually playing smart because he wants to give himself a broader picture. And he understands that the Kenyans have actually become mature. And this time, the Kenyans will say no to tribal chiefs. And the Kenyans actually want somebody who can take this nation forward, somebody who is not tribal. For example, look the way they negotiated for that lineup. And Rigathi was actually given 50% of the government. And they made Fred Okengo Matiangi in his absence to be actually the what? The prime cabinet secretary. What I am very sure Fred Okengo Matiangi has denied because he was not involved. So for this instant, you can see how Fred Okengo Matiangi is actually playing smart. And we cannot really say that he is being cornered because if he wanted to take in, then he could have come in and he could have become part of the reparation, which was actually made. Another thing which makes me feel that Fred Okengo Matiangi is playing smart is that he knows that if we start very early negotiations, the early negotiation could not actually go far because those people who comes later to negotiate, they will always get a fair share. But those people who come very early and they want actually to be put in the group, for example, the united opposition, they actually get looked. They actually appear to be cheap. So, Fred Okengo Matiangi is actually playing a game of actually increasing his quality, his negotiation skills, because he doesn't want to start negotiating from now. He wants to negotiate towards the end because it is nearly 1.5 years to go. And therefore, Fred Okengo Matiangi cannot start negotiating from now. Another thing which makes me believe that Fred Okengo Matiangi is playing smart is rebuilding Jubilee as a political party. He wants Jubilee to be all over the country. And that is why they are opening Jubilee branches across the nation. And as you know, that strategy was actually being used by William Samoei Ruto. William Samoei Ruto opened the branches of UDA across the nation. And from the word go, he used to say that he is going to use only one party to stop at presidency. He's not going to have a coalition. And this made William Samoei Ruto UDA party to be such a huge political party. And therefore, when other political parties were coming in, they were actually being seen as tribal parties. And that means their influence was not much reaching when they came in for negotiation. Because they could be told that your party only comes from Western. Your party only comes from what? From Nyanza. And that is it. So when you want to play a bigger game, you must make your party to be huge, to be big. And that is what Fred Okengo Matiangi is doing currently. He knows that I don't need to rush at negotiations, but I want to keep them suspending that I am within the opposition, the united opposition. And I also want to be the flag bearer of the party. And by now, you will find probably they finish the negotiation. And later, they will start a new negotiation. Because by that time, you will find Fred will come in, he will tell them that, you see, my party has a national outlook. My party has many people. My party is making me to have huge numbers. Because from the opinion poll which will be conducted, probably they will rate Matiangi to be higher than even what? Than even Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So if you look at this, you can say that Fred Okengo Matiangi has not been cornered, but he is playing a very smart game. And at the end of it all, remember, Fred has said that he's eyeing presidency. He's not eyeing to be a running mate of any person, but he's eyeing presidency. And by just saying that, he's raising his stakes. He's raising his negotiation value. And even the people are admiring Fred Okengo Matiangi even more. Because now, if you go to most part of this nation, you will find that people have started becoming jubilated. People have started becoming members of Jubilee. That means if you go to Mount Kenya, you will find Jubilee members. You will find that we have people who are going to go for elective seats using Jubilee. If you go to Gusiland, the same. If you go to the Luo Nyanza, the same will happen. If you go to Coast, the same will happen. So Jubilee will be all over this country, and that will make it to be a national political party. And that itself is actually playing a smart game. And that means Fred Okengo Matiangi has not been cornered by anybody. Instead, I can say it is Fred Okengo Matiangi who has actually cornered the side of Rigathi, because it looks like they cannot move without Fred Okengo Matiangi. And that's why they are just giving the prime cabinet secretary position to Fred Okengo Matiangi in his absentia, when he's not there, when he's not doing even the negotiation, because they have known that this person is coming in a very high speed. And at the end, they will find that they have built Fred Okengo Matiangi to be such a huge. Hence, when he will be there, he will be telling them, it's me who is going for presidency. And they will tell Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, you have to calm down. Because from the indications of opinion polls, Matiangi is above you. He has a national party, and you have a village party by the name Wiper Democratic Party. So I foresee a situation that Fred Okengo Matiangi is playing smart. And because he's playing smart, that will raise his stature even above Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. What is your say about all this? Do you believe that Fred Okengo Matiangi is playing smart, or he has been cornered by the united opposition? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to bump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends, and if your friends are lovers of politics, then it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to hit the notification bell, because once you hit the notification bell, it means that YouTube will always notify you to watch any political content that we upload into YouTube. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel and they always keep watching our videos, I say thank you so much, because you really inspire us to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political conversation. Goodbye.